Alrighty, we just checked into our hostel here at Casa. Austin, what are 3 words that represent what's on your mind as we transition to our time in Guatemala here for the next 10 days?
I would say first one is beauty. I'd say the architecture is very fascinating. There's a lot of flowers everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's just, look behind me.
There's literally a volcano.
There's literally a volcano right behind me. This is gorgeous so far.
It's so cool.
I'd say tranquilo.
Tranquilo.
Good vibe so far. And then hungry. I am so hungry. I cannot wait to eat.
Yeah, let's go get some comida, bro.
Yeah, let's get some food, bro.
Austin, we've been here for just under 24 hours. How you feeling now with your general impressions of Antigua?
The fruit is amazing. Oh my God, I haven't had mango like this ever. So super walkable. Weather's gorgeous, beautiful weather.
Yeah, what is it, like 60s, sunny? Just like the tiniest little bit of humidity that's super pleasant. We're in this store with a bunch of leather. I think this is a real snakeskin jacket. It's like 800 US. It looks insane. Look at this. What? It's crazy. At Austin. There he is. Nice. So when I think about my friends, I would consider you to be one who is creative. But one of the interesting things about that is, at least personally, when I think about creativity, I think we all have it within us to express creatively in our own ways. I'm curious to get your perspective on that. Are people inherently creative, and how do you see that varying person to person?
I see everyone having their own form of creativity. So when you think of creativity, and even when I think of it, it's easy to think like a painter. It's easy to think someone who can draw really well, but I think creativity comes in so many forms.
Yeah.
Like people who make music, that's another obvious one. But people who dance, people who do stand-up comedy, people who write poetry, people who cook.
Yeah.
Like creativity comes in all forms, and like just because you're not good at one doesn't mean you either like won't be good at it eventually, or you haven't found something creative to be good at.
Absolutely. That's a really good testament to trying different things out to see different manners in which you can express yourself, because there are so many different forms. And even myself, like I would never consider myself a dancer. Then I started doing yoga some years ago, and I was like, wow, I actually have some body control, which is cool,
Yeah.
right? So let me ask you, and one other question is, how then would you personally define creativity?
It's just using things that are outside of the box, maybe things that don't come to mind so organically.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, to me, I think of that as like maybe using non-conventional forms to express, or like taking ideas from one area and applying them to another.
Yeah.
So like, for example,
said.
if you're making a drawing, like thinking about like, oh, how can I take elements of maybe like the texture of painting and apply it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, the way I apply or come up with ideas for drawings is I just take elements from what I see in everyday life. But what I would say about creativity also is like, just because if you want to like find something that you're creative at, or like get good at some sort of art form, find the thing that you are willing to suck at.
Yeah.
Find the thing that you are okay with being a novice at, and that you're okay with like working hard at, and like don't get tired of.
Right, and you can keep getting over those initial walls of resistance.
Exactly.
Talk about creativity.
What do you think this is? Yeah, this is
Dude, I actually have no idea. It's creative. They're definitely drawing from a lot of different sources here. We're talking about this hummingbird right here and how peaceful and calming these color tones are. It's gorgeous. Look at this one. And there's just creativity all around us. I got started on that topic and stumbled in a beautiful art gallery. And one caveat I want to add to our discussion, super quick. Dude, yeah, caught you in the act. Just wanted to add one caveat. I think in creativity, it's important to be yourself and be authentic in expressing what's true inherently to what's within.
Absolutely. Get those angles.
Yeah, that's part of it. Austin, you just mentioned that this is one of your favorite spaces we've walked into so far in Antigua. Why is that?
The ambiance is fantastic. It's white walls mixed with the very comforting colors. It feels authentic. It feels very traditional. But it's open. There's different levels to it.
It's very intentional.
You got the earth tones to match to balance out with the different colors.
So dynamic and elegant.
And it's not overdone, even though there's a lot going on.
Right.
There's a lot of white space, I think.
Yeah, it's so balanced.
To balance it out.
We got our third hermano. Scottiston made it. You ready for this volcano?
Yes.
Should we just go sprint up it right now?
That's what I'd like to do.
It's
I'm only here
tempting.
for the volcano.
Yeah, let's go. We don't need to hang out in these streets. Got a quick question for you. So this is your second time in Guatemala. You came here a couple years ago. What was your favorite thing about your trip last time? Anything specific about like the country and the culture or your overall experience that stood out?
I spent all my time in Antigua the last time, and Antigua was amazing because it's such a charming, quaint, beautiful little town. It's very peaceful. There's lots of great natural areas, good courtyards, open spaces for people to gather around, good restaurants.
Yeah, rooftops like this.
Lots of travelers come through. It's just got a lot of the things that make a really good spot to visit.
Good morning. Started day 3 here in Antigua. I'm sitting in Central Park. Went on a little morning walk solo just to take in the sights and to breathe and reset and plan for the day, mentally prepare for it. We're going on a little hike 30 minutes east to Corazon de Agua to warm up our legs a little bit before we do the volcano Acatenango hike. And I just want to say that this has been a really cozy, quaint town to relax in before we go on this adventure, hike the volcano tomorrow, which I'm sure is going to come with a lot of discomforts, a lot of challenges. It's all part of the beauty of it, right? Part of the experience. But it's been a nice, calm way to start our trip. Super walkable, beautiful colonial architecture that's been, preserved and restored over the years. They've had some earthquakes in the past that forced them to move the capital from here to Guatemala City, and it's just interesting because this place really does feel like a capsule of the past. So you really get a sense of a lot of that colonial Spanish architecture, and it's cool since the weather's so beautiful here. Guatemala is called the land of the eternal spring, and you're able to really appreciate it, especially in the dry season, since there's all these terraces, these rooftops. It's super walkable, really small city, and it's just quaint, it's peaceful, and there's a general sense of ease. Reminds me a lot of Oaxaca City in Mexico. That's definitely something I appreciate about cities, like especially in Europe, and it seems a lot in Central and South America, like recently going to Mexico City and Oaxaca City. Super walkable, lots of green spaces to explore, and just makes it easy to take in the environment, try to be present, and appreciate the place you're in while getting some movement in. So I was chilling in the park and ran into a friend from our hostel, Michaela. What's up, Michaela? So Michaela, question for you. So I know you've been traveling in Mexico for some time and you've been spending some time in Guatemala. So from your perspective, what should people know about traveling in Central America for those that don't want to get out of their comfort zone and come to a place like Antigua?
That's a good question. I don't know. Comfort zone is a pretty lame place to stay.
That's true.
So I feel like I always feel more alive outside of my comfort zone, but also you can find your comfort zone somewhere else. Like I think, like even just in this park, this is something that I would be doing in Boston, like waking up early, journaling in a park. Boston's like my home right now.
Yeah, there are a lot of beautiful parks out there, huh?
Yeah, I feel like people overestimate how different a place is instead of like looking at differences as a positivity. Like I feel super comfortable just sitting here right now. Trust your gut.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, it's like this idea of like finding commonalities of your experience at home when you're traveling, and you could also bring that to like traveling in your home city, because it's easy to like avoid. Like you live in Boston, there's a lot of museums, there's a lot of cool things that you might not prioritize going to, but are right in your
don't go to museums in Boston.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's just as an example.
Art museum, but yeah, I should. You're right.
Yeah, that's cool. So you were in Mexico for 2 months, right?
About, yeah.
Is there anything that kept you there for as long as you were there, and anything you would look forward to coming back to?
Oh my god, yeah. I think, so I didn't plan my trip. I started my trip, I was like, I'll spend about 3 weeks maybe in this one Mexican beach town.
In
And now this
Sayulita,
is
right?
yeah, Sayulita.
Nice.
And now this is my, I think, 5th or 6th location. I'm in Guatemala, so I think what kept me in places was the people. I think I would just like go somewhere and just be super open, meet the people. I think also just my first time like traveling slowly,
Yeah.
and it's nice because I feel like I definitely want to stay in places and just like try different cafes.
Yeah.
Prioritize simple stuff like that.
Not just checking places off the list and sightseeing.
No, I hate that idea. I hate the idea of like, oh, another country, good.
Right.
You know, there are so many places.
Just getting
in the
more
country.
stamps on your passport.
Yeah, I don't like having that goal. I think it's more about the people you connect with.
Absolutely, and that's the nice thing about like staying in a hostel or meeting people and traveling. People tend to have similar values and are very open, whereas when you're walking down the street, I'm sure especially in Boston, I experienced this in Denver, people have their AirPods in, people are trying to get from point A to point B. Well, yeah, I mean, I got my AirPods
No,
too,
but
right?
I get it. Yeah, they don't expect you to like come up and talk to them. They're
Right.
not as open about it.
People aren't as receptive. Well, cool, yeah, I appreciate it. I just popped into this little coffee shop, and this is case in point in how many beautiful spaces there are, especially these outdoor little courtyards that have so many plants, so much green. It's just so pleasant. It's very meditative. It's such an amazing spot if you want to get some work done or just read or relax. Yeah, it's nice. Howdy, I would highly, highly recommend checking this place out. Oh, here we go. Yeah, pretend like we're talking, having a super engaging conversation. It's like, ha ha ha. LOL. Caoba Farms. Let's get a nice farm-to-table meal.
Have you ever seen The Martian? That's also nice.
The Martian? Oh yeah, that was a good movie. Went down to the market, got some chocolate macadamia vegan spread for the hike tomorrow, matcha latte, white chocolate, buffalo jerky, and of course some 85% dark chocolate because I'm an addict. Scott, don't judge me. Thanks, bro. Can always count on you. Oh, dude, these fajitas, wow. Just with rice, interesting. Yeah, bro. Waited for you.
Got a haul.
Nice. What are we looking at, Austin? Show the people.
Golden milk.
Golden
white
milk.
Chocolate,
Nice. Oh, gracias.
and nut mix.
Nut mix, okay. It's like an unboxing.
And then granola bars.
Granola bars. So much food. That looks so good. So many veg. Oh, you got the chia bowls.
Yeah, baby. And a little flour.
Yeah, just for you, bro. Nice. All right. So at the Last Supper, before we do our Acatenango hike, Scott's filling up on the nutrients right now. How you guys feeling as we embark on this adventure tomorrow? Vibes are high, feeling good?
Full.
Full from our very large meal at the farm. That was delicious.
Wow, sweet.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
What are you
Got
guys
one more
looking
to
forward
come.
to tomorrow?
Making it to the top, that sense of accomplishment as we get all the way up there. Seeing
Yeah.
the volcano live in person.
It's gonna be sick.
Mine's about the journey
I feel that.
and embracing the discomforts. Andy Chen.
Yeah, for sure. That's how I feel too. I feel like it's really easy for me to cozy up in my day-to-day routine. So I'm excited to do something that's gonna be extremely uncomfortable, but also very rewarding. So it kind of combines both of you guys. And I think this is probably the last clip of the Antigua vlog if I do split this 3 ways. So hope to catch you in the next part of Acatenango. It's been a great 3 days in Antigua, very cozy, really enjoyed it, and it's about to be quite the change of pace. So ready for it. Grateful to be here with you boys and to be able to have this adventure to share together.